Hello, welcome back to Cassie's desk. Thanks for stopping by. Today I'm going to do a quick flip through of my April in my Hobonichi A6, the planner, the English version, and I'm going to cover the currently inked pens that I was using for April in there too, so you can see what I was working with. Okay, this cover is the hydrangea cover from last season's release, and I just put this on for April with a clear cover on cover and a printed card that I bought when I was in Seattle visiting Ethan, and you'll learn a little bit more about that in my flip through. Okay, so we're just gonna start on April 1st. I actually didn't do anything on the coming up page the day before this month. Not sure why I didn't get to that, but that's okay. You're not supposed to have to fill out every single page in the Hobonichi. That's something that I enjoy about it. So I just did a April Fool's Day spread for the first day. I was a little disappointed with April Fool's Day this year. I am a big fan of good pranks, and I didn't do any. Ethan is living in Seattle, so he wasn't here to get me with anything, and the internet just seemed to not have a whole lot this year either, so I didn't feel too festive for April Fools. This was a back planning page I had left blank that I went through. I got a gift from my family later in the month with some beautiful stationery supplies, and I just went back and did a little gratitude sentiment for them with a cutout from a piece of the stationery that my mom used to write the letter that was in the care package. Then on April 3rd, I got a new book. This is the book that we're reading for our book club, Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. It's really good. After I picked it up, I went over to iCarts to start reading it, and I got some dinner. Super delicious food there at iCarts in Sandpoint. Unfortunately, I ran into, well, not unfortunately, I ran into some people that I knew and ended up not reading as much as I wanted to when I originally went in, but that's okay, because then we ended up just hanging out. So on Thursday, I drove to visit Ethan. This is a trip that we had planned for over a month, and I was super excited. We got a very late dinner at this restaurant called Jude's in Rainier Beach, near where Ethan's currently living, and it was super, super good. I got a really nice, lovely cocktail as well. Took this off of one of their little paper beverage menus and just stuck that in there with some washi tape that I got on the trip. Really liked it, kind of used it throughout the month as a sort of theme, I guess. The next day I went into Seattle, downtown Seattle with Ethan. He was in class. His school is right there in downtown Seattle, so while he was doing class, I got to bop around in town. I visited Paperhammer. I think some people in the fountain pen community are a little bit familiar with this shop. It's really fun. There's a lot of fun stuff in there. I got this little clip that I've been enjoying and using a lot. It's also where I got this printed card that I put in the cover. And that evening, Ethan and I went to Capitol Hill, and he got a haircut, we had dinner, and we visited this other bookstore that was also really fun and amazing, super active and very inspiring. I remember years ago when all the articles were saying that brick and mortar bookstores are going to go out of business because of Amazon. Well, joke's on them, because brick and mortar bookstores are thriving now in the digital age, and it's just super fun and awesome. The next day, Ethan didn't have to go to school, so we just kind of slept in, slow morning, and then we walked over to the Kubota Garden, which is also near where Ethan's living. We took this picture on my little Instax photo camera, and I just tipped it in and added another one of his Flatiron school stickers to the back. I thought this little ninja Octocat character was really good here for the Japanese-inspired Kubota Gardens. It's like he's hiding. But the Kubota Gardens were gorgeous. All the flowers were blooming. It had just rained, so there wasn't a whole lot of people there. And we just wandered around for a good hour and a half. They have this really beautiful bridge in the middle of it, and it's very steep. So They call it the moon bridge. It's supposed to represent a full life because it's difficult to walk up and difficult to walk down. And I just really enjoyed that theme, so I decided to paint and draw that in here. And then that evening we went and saw Us, and it was really good. Enjoyed it a lot. I didn't think it was really that scary, but maybe it just had too much comic relief in there. But it was definitely very thought-provoking, and it did have some scary concepts. But as a horror fan, I'm used to something just a little bit more chilling. It was still very good though, and I would watch it again. So the next day we actually hooked up with some friends of ours back in downtown Seattle for Ethan's birthday. And they brought their dog into town, so we got to play with Eleanor a little bit. We got some tacos and burritos, and we went to Flat Stick Pub, which is this little pub underground that you can play putt-putt in. And so I just tipped in our scorecard here. It was really fun. We had a great time. And then in here is just some ephemera memorabilia stuff, my ticket into town. King Donut, this is hysterical. This place is a teriyaki donut shop and laundromat in Rainier Beach, but the teriyaki is really good. So that was, I thought, a fun little piece of memorabilia to add. We got this little candle for Ethan's room, and I just thought it was really pretty. So I put these in this little envelope that I trimmed up and tipped in. So that's where these live, and yeah, just a nice little pocket for those extra things. And then on Monday I had to leave. I had to go back to work. I just went in the afternoon for a couple hours. It was our end of the season employee party, so I just went to go honor everybody at the awards ceremony and enjoy a couple drinks with my coworkers. So it was a really nice way to kind of ease back into working after being away for the weekend, and it was really fun. Tuesday I got new glasses. That's always very exciting when you have some new specs. Switched up a little bit style-wise, and then also it's just that with the new prescription, everything looks super clear, and it's just nice. Then the following day on Wednesday, just did some journaling here, reflected on some of the financial anxiety I was feeling. We spent a lot of money in Seattle that last weekend. No regrets though, but you know, I deal with anxiety anyway, so those feelings happen. And then Thursday, just had a whole bunch of like kind of junk food, I guess. We had a managers meeting, and they provide snacks and treats during that meeting. It's a really long end of the season meeting where we kind of reflect on the whole season, and it lasted, I think, 5 hours. So long meeting day, lots of coffee, and a lot of junk food, but it was good. Over here on Friday, I'm pretty sure this was also a back planning page, and here you can kind of see this purple gray ink that I have. It's inked in my TWSBI Micarta pen, and this was actually a mix of the Pilot Iroshizuku fuyu-syogun and J. Herbin Poussier de Lune, and I really like the way this shade worked out. I guess what we're talking about currently inked, we can talk about this side as well. This one, I've been using this pen basically since Ethan got it for me for my birthday last year. I love it. I think it's beautiful. It's very satisfying just to have it on my desk. I made this little cover for it out of some ribbon that I got at Paper Hammer, and I think it's really pretty and satisfying just to have that, especially because it matches. And so that's a lot of fun. I don't know, do y'all ever make accessories for your stationery items or pens and things? I'd love to check them out if you want to link pictures below in the comments. And then next pen, I'll get into this once I actually use the ink. Oh yeah, this is inked with J. Herbin's Rouille d'encre. I guess that's how you say it, but yeah, it's a rusty anchor color. Really subtle and sweet, and I enjoy it. I've been using it. Yeah, this is all Rouille d'encre as well. So Saturday, back to some more journaling. I did a venue tour. Unfortunately, the weather was not that great, and that always makes showing off outdoor venues a little bit more challenging, but the couple was really nice. And then the evening I met with Cam and Kate, a couple friends of mine who like to watch horror movies with me, and we watched A Tale of Two Sisters. It's a Korean horror film, I believe. It was pretty good. The cinematography is beautiful, and the story is pretty compelling. And then on Sunday I had a day off. I made a perfect omelet. I was very proud of it. My cat Slevin was just super duper cuddly, like extra cuddly. He's been sick and for the last 6 months or so, and just recently he's starting to recover, and I feel like parts of his personality are really coming back, like the cuddliness, the playfulness, and it's just really happy to see. And then over here on Monday, I drew in these little guys from Princess Mononoke because I went back over to Cam's to watch this movie. One of our favorites. Our friend Kate had never seen it, and so we wanted to show it to her. I messed up some lettering up here, so I tried to cover it up and redo the lettering, but I don't love how it turned out. But that's okay. That's okay. On Tuesday the 16th, Slevin had a vet appointment. He was not very good, but again, like I said, he's getting a lot better. So that was nice, and the vet's done an amazing job. I just feel bad for them having to deal with him. And then over here on Wednesday, kind of talking more about those gifts that I told y'all about earlier that my family got me. My mom got me some stationery with the fleur-de-lis, with the gold fleur-de-lis accents, very pretty. She also got me like a set of wrapping paper with it, so I just tore off an edge of that and added it in here. My dad got me these Fine Tech paints, which are amazing if nobody's ever seen or used these. And I've just been using a dip pen, loading this up with a brush to do these gold lettering sections. Really fun, enjoying it a lot. Wrote all my birthday cards that I had to write for this month with it. Really happy how that all came out. And then my brother-in-law and my sister got me this really beautiful pen carved out of magnolia wood from our hometown. And so they were all down there for a crawfish boil this April, and I couldn't go for a lot of reasons, but they were all thinking of me and got me gifts to the place I visited, and it was just really sweet. So on Thursday, I just did a little spread honoring all the birthdays that I have to write for this week, and I got those written and sent out. So that was a fun, good day. Friday and Saturday, I didn't do any journaling. I just did this 2-page art spread. I got these stickers from My BF Illustrations on Etsy, and I love her style. These are all hand-drawn, obviously, stickers that she creates, and I adore them. So on this side, I just wrote in with those paints a Roald Dahl quote. It says, "Above all, watch with glittering eyes the whole world around you, because the greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely places. Those who don't believe in magic will never find it." And I think that's just a good reminder to just look at the world around you and breathe and stop. I mean, we're so focused on our phones or anything else, and sometimes you don't really notice everything that's going on, all the beautiful things, because you're so focused on something else. Little Easter spread to celebrate the spring Easter holiday. And then on Monday was a really fun day for me. I had the day off. I bought a bunch of strawberries that were on sale and in season, so I froze some of them, prepped some for the week, and then I used some to make a strawberry tart. And I invited a bunch of friends over, and we had dinner and strawberry tart, and it was really fun. I also planted a little strawberry plant, so it was a very strawberry-y day. And just getting in the dirt and working a little bit with plants was a really nice way, I feel like, to appreciate Earth Day. And then over here on Tuesday, I had another day off, just kind of really chill, spent time journaling, doing a lot of those like back planning days that I was talking about. Put some more of those BF Illustrations stickers in my spreads here. And I start working a little bit more with this ink. This is my Kaweco Sport. I've had this pen for a really long time, and it's been pretty consistent in my rotation since I got it over a year ago now. And I've been using this ink, gosh, hold on. what is it called? I can never remember so it's number 7 Hisoku, and I can't remember the brand, but the color is really nice. Ethan got me this for my birthday, or no, for Christmas, along with the Rudolph gray. And I really enjoy this color. I've got some more of it over here, so you can kind of see what that looks like. This Thursday, I took another impromptu road trip back to see Ethan. I miss him so much. I had the time off that I could take from work again, and so I just drove back to Seattle to see him. And we had a lot of fun. So Friday did something similar where while he was in class, I went into town with him and hung out in downtown Seattle. Visited a tea room, went to a wine tasting room, and just kind of enjoyed some of my time on my own while he was finishing up class. And then when he was done with class, we went and saw Captain Marvel, because we also made plans to go see Endgame with a friend of ours who's a really big Marvel fan later in the weekend, and we were told that we should really see Captain Marvel before seeing Endgame, so we took advantage of the opportunity to do that on Friday. And then on Saturday, kind of slept in with Ethan, took slow morning. Here's that Hisoku color ink again. I think it's really pretty. I really like the combination of these two colors. And we went and stayed the night with our friends who live in Seattle, same friends that we were planning to go and see Endgame with on Sunday. And we played this new board game that they got called Azul. And it's really fun. It's like a tile building strategy game. I recommend checking it out if you're into board games. And then on Sunday, I made strawberry pancakes for everybody with some of the strawberries that I had gotten earlier, brought with me to Seattle. And then we went to go see Endgame. And we went to the 11 a.m. show, so we got out kind of around lunchtime, and afterwards we went to this restaurant called Cactus, just to kind of sit and have a long, late lunch and talk about the movie. Endgame was also really good. So Monday, I just drove back from Seattle. I actually didn't do any journaling this day. I did this page the following day. But Slevin was so happy to see me. He was like hugging on my feet and like meowing at me, and just obviously had missed me quite a bit while I was away. And that's always super nice to come home to him being happy. And then the next day, worked really hard at work. Was thinking a lot about May and upcoming, and I made all these like decisions, like I'm not gonna drink, I'm gonna do my yoga, I'm gonna get back on the wagon with all these healthy self-care things. And then I got home from work, and my neighbor invited me over for drinks, so that whole no more drinking thing kind of just didn't happen. But I came home, and that's when I did these couple pages, so that's why they're a little bit sloppy, but I like journaling after a few drinks, or during a few drinks, so I had a lot of fun. Anyway, so that concludes my April flip through. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions on any of the spreads that I did, or have any thoughts about that planning process, just leave in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think, or how you use your A6, if you like to journal or if it's just for planning. And thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.